All right, full disclosure, though my recipes 99 times out of 100 turn out well, my filming's probably running about 88 out of 100. I can't remember if I recorded the introduction last night to today's episode, so I'll talk about it now. So we recently went to a concert, and at that concert, it was at a baseball field, and they had this incredible brisket mac and cheese. It was delicious. But then it hit me. What could be better than brisket mac and cheese? I'll tell you, Birria Mac and Cheese. So I had the idea, so cooked up some birria, made some homemade mac and cheese, mixed it up together, and this is all that's left. I can tell you now, spoiler alert, it is a success. You'll just have to stay tuned and see how I made it. Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. It is Birria Mac and Cheese Eve, so let's get things going. Right now, I have my Joule sous vide preheating to 185 degrees. I got my couple pounds of short ribs out on my cutting board. Now, dear friends, worry not. The full recipe you can find down in the description section. There's a link. Take you right to galleyofthesun.com, and the recipe's there. So let's get it going. First thing I'm going to do is get this short rib, about 2 pounds worth, seasoned with Spiceology's SPG. Behind me, I have my cast iron skillet on the stove. I'm going to get that heated up to medium-high heat and chuck in a couple tablespoons of this Wagyu beef tallow. Now that beef tallow is all melted, we're going to get those short ribs browned on all sides. I'm going to give it about 3 minutes per side. All right, the short ribs are browned on all 4 sides. Here I have a gallon-sized vacuum seal bag. In there I have a marrow bone. We're going to add our short ribs to that bag. Now we'll add a bottle of Cholula's cooking and simmering sauce. And we'll get this sealed up. And then we'll chuck it in the sous vide bath and leave it there for 24 hours or 1 day, whichever comes first. So we'll see you tomorrow when it's time to get this out and make the rest of this incredible treat. See you then. Here we find ourselves on Birria Mac and Cheese Day. So I have pulled the vacuum seal bag out of the sous vide after its 24-hour bath. We're going to dump that into a strainer with a bowl underneath. Otherwise, we're going to make a big freaking mess. And we want to reserve the consommé. I'm also going to get a pot of water boiling for our pasta. And then we'll take our solids from our strainer and get the meat separated and shredded. So since we're using beef short ribs and the bones are a good part of that weight, our 2-pound initial batch of short ribs is probably going to yield about a pound of meat, which is how much we want for our mac and cheese. So get this shredded by hand. If you run across any pieces that don't shred easily, like the membrane from the back of the bone, just set those aside. You don't want that in your mac and cheese. Same with any large pieces of fat. A little bit of the fat's okay. That is flavor. And as you can see, this shreds incredibly easy. Now we'll get a 1/4 cup of that consommé and de-rizzle it
for shizzle dizzle
over our meat here. And get that mixed in. So we ended up with just shy of 2 cups of the consommé. I want to reserve a cup of it to mix in with the finished mac and cheese. I don't want to waste the other. We'll pour the remainder into our water for our pasta to impart some of the incredible birria flavor into our pasta. So we'll get that pasta cooked al dente. Then we'll be back to put this all together. We'll see you then. Okay, the pasta is al dente and it's been drained. It's looking very, very nice. Now we're going to get this on medium heat and add the following. An entire stick of butter cut into 8 separate pieces. Half a cup of milk and half a cup of heavy cream. Now we're going to stir that all up until our butter is melted. Now I'm going to begin to stir in my 1.5 cups of shredded white sharp cheddar. I use Trader Joe's unexpected cheddar. I love that stuff. Now that's incorporated and goes in 1.5 cups of shredded Chihuahua cheese, an excellent, very good melty Mexican cheese. Now, my friends, we have a very excellent mac and cheese with a tiny bit of birria flavor. Now goes in our meat. And our last reserved cup of that birria sauce. So I'm going to stir this to mix it, get it warmed all the way through. When we're back, we'll be ready for judgment from the director. All right, this concoction is done. Let's find out if it's worth a damn or not. I give you the mac and cheese expert, the director. Hello.
Hello.
Do you like mac and cheese?
Yes.
Do you like birria?
Yes. Not sure how to grab a bite. Very good.
Cheesy enough for you?
Mm-hmm.
And the birria flavor comes through?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a Mexican chili mac.
Ooh, Mexican chili mac. That's something I need to make in the future.
And you just did. It's very good.
Okay. Hey, there you go. The director wouldn't lie to you. Would you lie to them?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. All right, we'll let her go before she gets mac and cheese on her shirt. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. And until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.